Welcome to Real Estate Radio Live, an informative and engaging hour discussing everything you need to know about the world of real estate. Your host, Joe Kuchera, provides you with insight and guidance on how to buy, sell, finance, and invest in real estate. He also offers real estate tax management strategies, new construction advice, home improvement tips, and much, much more. And now, to guide you around the world of real estate, here's your host and Real Estate Radio Live team leader, Joe Kuchera.
Welcome in. Good afternoon. Joe Chopra with Real Estate Radio Live. Welcome in to all those after the long Thanksgiving weekend. Hopefully everybody had a safe, sound, enjoyable Thanksgiving weekend. Thank you again for tuning in. Just a reminder before we get started and invite my guest in, I want to remind all those how you could follow the show, listen to the show, and keep involved, keep active. We are on live Monday through Friday on KDOW 1220 AM. So you could tune into your radio 1220 AM from 3 to 4, Monday through Friday Pacific Daylight Time. And then also you could listen to us live online. So if you're not near a radio or you don't have a radio or one of those old ancient things, go online. As long as you have an internet connection, you could go to kdow.biz, and you can see the big button that says Listen Live, and you can listen to the show during this time period live online. Also, we're streaming live on Facebook. Thank you for all those that follow us during the show. It's wonderful. The feedback, the comments, the suggestions, the thoughts, wonderful, good stuff. Keep that coming. Lastly, be sure to download the podcast because that is really the convenient way to listen to the show. It's the vehicle that allows you to listen to the show at your convenience, when you can, at the time that's more available for you. You could do that a couple different ways. You could go to iTunes and just type in Real Estate Radio Live. It'll come up. You could download the podcast that way, or you go to our website, reradiolive.com, or just go to good old Google and type it in, and you'll be able to find us. We're a live show from 3 to 4 again. So a couple different things. If you'd like to interact with us or call if you have any questions during the live portion of the show, it's 1-800-516-1220. That's 1-800-512, I'm sorry, it's easier for me to remember, 516-1220. Or you can text the questions in, 408-838-9060. All right, the focus for the last 7 years, again, you'll hear me say this a lot, is education, information. And what I try to do really is spend a lot of time to try to find great guests like today, good information, content, to deliver to you, the consumer, to continue to educate and inform you on all topics of real estate. So I'm going to do that today by inviting my special guest, Vinney Chopra. He is a real estate extraordinaire. What do I mean by that? Over $172 million in multifamily portfolio, 26 syndications in the past 12 to 24 months, unbelievable returns on investors. This coming from a gentleman, I'm not going to steal his thunder. I'm going to have him talk a little bit about his background, how he got started, and much, much more. Welcome in, Vinney. How you doing today?
Doing well, Joe. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure. I'm looking forward to this show. It is, as I told you before, Vinney, our listening audience has grown, continue to grow. And one of the biggest, really, the comments, the questions, the emails, that I get is about investing in real estate. There's an interest, of course, worldwide, but specifically here in the Bay Area, there's people with money, they're interested in investing, and they always want to know, where do I invest? How could I invest? Can I be successful? There's all kinds of, those types of questions come up. So good to have you on the show. Before we jump in and start talking about all this great stuff and some great ideas and your background, give us, if you can, the listeners, Vinney, a little idea about your background, and then as you came to the States, a little bit about what you're up to, kind of your roles and responsibilities on a day-to-day basis now.
Sure, Joe. Actually, I'm from India originally. I came to this country about 40 years back, oh my gosh, with $7 in my pocket. I'm a mechanical engineer, worked in Bombay with Larsen Toubro, and then came out here to do my MBA in marketing at George Washington University. And lo and behold, I thought that having an MBA in marketing and sales will be a great combination along with engineering, mechanical engineering. But little did I know that I will leave engineering behind and I actually sold encyclopedias and Bibles and things, books, door to door. That cut my teeth in sales, and I kind of enjoyed the marketing side of it. And then I spent almost over 30 years as a promotional consultant, fundraising consultant with nonprofit and profit organizations, and just loved it. Then I became a real estate broker in 2004. This is about 13 years back, and we were investing in single-family homes all over 30 years or so. Kept on buying lots of single-family homes, and even bought like 4 on a larger lot, like an acre lot, in the Central Valley, and thought that we'll, smash them and then build a multifamily there, apartment building. So what happened was, right in about 2004, I was still doing my, motivation speaking and fundraising, but I had quite a bit of time on my hand. So I thought, let me dig into what should I do with my broker license. And lo and behold, I came to know about multifamily investing. So that has been the field I've been in for the last 10, 12 years. And then into syndication part of it, which is pooling up the money together from different investors. And then through SEC ruling, Securities and Exchange Commission ruling, we are guided by them. And I started 4 companies with my partner and I. 2 previous ones, we are kind of folding them now. We did 14 syndications in that particular company, Ideal IG. And now I'm the CEO of the new 2 companies. That's Monil Investment Group and Monil Management Group. That's our kids' name, Monica and Neil. We live in Danville, right here in the East Bay. We've been living here for 37 years. And we've been married 37 years also, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for the background, and it's incredible. I can't wait to dive in and talk about more of the details. So this is the thing I love about, I love many things about the story, Vinney, but one of the ones is that just always the idea that, you don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to have an extreme, a background or an education in something if you really have a desire and a passion for it, and you decide to take an interest in it, and you really, you just really jump in. And one of the things that I do know, though, is you could do all these things, but it does take a lot of work, some thought process, some business planning, and, consistency, persistence, a lot of this kind of stuff. For those, again, out there listening, to build this kind of portfolio, give us kind of an idea. You gave us a summary of what you've done, which is incredible, and you're continuing to really master this stuff and do some more exciting things and take it to the next level. But kind of walk us through for the person listening generically, someone that says, gee, that sounds interesting, but that's a little mind-blowing. How would I get started? How would you recommend, I guess? Let's talk to 2 things. How would you recommend someone getting started that wants to start investing in real estate? And then maybe the next one would be, let's talk a little bit about someone that's got their feet wet, they've got some investment properties, but they really want to, grow and take it to the next level.
Oh, sure, Joe. I would say that, when we were buying the single-family homes, we really had good returns on them also. Cash flows and the appreciation of the property, like one we bought in Central Valley for $61,500, I think, 30 years back or 33 years back. And it, rose to like $315,000, amazing returns. A single family, we pulled out the cash, I think $275,000 or so at a low interest rate, and then made that money work to buy other properties, which a lot of your listeners are probably doing it, and then when I got exposed to multifamily, it just kind of made sense to me. I said, oh my gosh, if I can have 12-unit apartment building, I will not have to do 12 different transactions, right? Because each single family home, and then I'll have like 2 roofs and 10 under one roof and 10 under another roof. So maybe when we have to replace the roofs, we'll have to replace only 2, and then also the maintenance people, I don't have to, look around and send people all over the place to take care of small or big things in the single family homes. So those things kind of made sense. And then I said, okay, I want to learn about it, right? I didn't know anything about cap rate, cash on cash, letter of intent, NOI, net operating income. I didn't know nothing. But then, like you said, if you want to learn something, you just pick up the books and the podcasts and the coaches and things like that, mentors. And that's what I did. I learned, and spent some money, quite a bit of money actually. In the early years, we had quite a few people join our company, and we felt like everybody could contribute, but it doesn't work that way. We found that out. We took them to learning skills and all that. But but I would say to somebody who wants to get started, of course, get started in learning the art, why multifamily is a strong market, especially now with millennials. They are liking portability of, they are not liking homes, but they are more into B-class apartment buildings. And then also the baby boomers, they are retiring and they are kind of, going from single family to apartment, and senior homes and things like that, right? Active living. And
very good. Well, what we're going to do, Vinney, is we're going to take a break here, and when we come back, I'm going to continue talking about the details of some of the first-time investors and much, much more. If you have any questions for Vinney, interested in investing, how to be successful, 1-800-516-1220. This is Joe Kuchera with Real Estate Radio Live. We'll be back to continue the live portion of the show in just a couple of minutes. Facebook followers, stay online with us. We'll be back with you.
Visit RERadiolive.com. That's RERadiolive.com.
The world is changing, and so is real estate. It's changing in ways that give consumers more control with more affordable options. So what are your options? Hi, this is Joe Kuchera with Real Estate Radio Live. I've been on the air educating and informing consumers for over 7 years now. I'm excited to announce that there is now a more efficient and cost-effective way to buy and sell real estate. Our team at Real Estate Radio Live is launching a new program designed to help buyers or sellers like you in real estate, lending and title. That's right, we'll coordinate the entire transaction for you. So you benefit by working with the same team, saving time and saving money. We'll guarantee you'll not only be working with the most qualified, hand-picked experts in real estate, lending, and title, but you will also save a significant amount of money in all three services as well. Act now and benefit from changing the world of real estate. Call 408-838-9060. Go to RERadiolive.com. That's RERadiolive.com.
Welcome back to Real Estate Radio Live, streaming live on iHeart, TuneIn, and KDOW.biz. For more information on today's topic or guest, just visit RERadiolive.com. That's RERadiolive.com. Again, your host for Real Estate Radio Live, Joe Kuchera.
Welcome back in. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Joe Kuchera with Real Estate Radio Live. We're with you 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Thank you again for those that are following us on the radio, on Facebook, or the podcast, online. Continue to do that. Pass on the word. Love to hear your feedback. Today we have joining us on the line, Vinney Chopra. He is a real estate expert, talking a little bit about his background, how he's grown the fortune in terms of the accumulation of properties, the transactions. Right before the last break, Vinney was sharing a little bit about, how to get started, educate yourself, really get the knowledge. Vinney, talk a little bit about, I know that you're a big believer in surrounding yourself with the right people and doing good things by people and good things. It's funny how that works. Not funny. It's ironic, but really there's more in a coincidence that when you help other people or when you're doing good things, naturally it's kind of an evolution where good things start to happen more and more around you. Talk a little bit about, if you will, the dynamic of that and how helping people and being a servant to others and doing good, really helps kind of grow all of us around, personally and professionally in general.
Totally. Joe, that is so true in life. If you are giving positive energy out, a lot more positive energy comes in. I'm a big believer of law of attraction. very big believer of, great attitude, and my middle name is Smile. It's actually Kumar, but, when I started getting trophies way back, they took my middle name out, and I smile a lot, even smile in my sleep. So main thing is, I always have felt integrity. All the 4 companies are built on total transparency. In other words, our investors can go to the assets that they have invested in. They can shop them. They can go there unannounced. And they can ask for anything from our companies, the bid, the bank statements, the invoices, anything, because of how we operate. The big thing is that you want to bring value to everybody around you. I'm a systems guy, mechanical engineer, systems, sales. So I try to do things where hire the right people and team up with the right people. Just for example, my real estate attorney, Milton Colgrove in Dallas, Texas, he's been with me 10 years now. I have only met him 3 times, only 3 times, But the thing is, we have such a great close working relationship. And if you take care of the team players, they will take care of you. I remember when he billed me, I said, Milton, you're not billing me too much. I need to give you more. The kind of value you bring it to me,
Right.
And I doubled
Right.
his fee. I really did, literally. He says, Vinney, I have not seen somebody like you. People try to cut down. Same thing with my loan broker, Brandon. Oh my gosh, he had written me a piece of letter for me to buy this property, but then Fannie Mae contacted me and they said, Vinney, we'll write do everything for you. Just come to our office and sign. A couple of places, we'll give you a loan. But I said, you know what? I got the property because Brandon, who wrote me a qualifying letter, right? So I wrote a $18,000 check at the closing for that piece of paper, and that's who I am. So I believe in really giving. And now, needless to say, Brandon worked so hard for me, as a team member, to get me the loans. I don't even know where he gets these loans. But like out of 9 banks, 7 want to give me loan, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, all that, Then my syndication attorney, Kim Taylor, she's been with me for also 10 years, right? Then I have VP accounting, VP who's been with me 10, 11 years. We have, accounting office here in the Bay Area. Then we also manage all our assets, by the way. All these properties we manage. We acquire in Monil Investment Group. And then we manage them under Monil Management Group, And then that's what we do. So that way we can keep pulse of what's happening because we provide 8 to 9 to 9.5% preferred rate to our investors. Preferred rate meaning like they get paid first, our company and our partners get paid later on. So that is a huge part. We are averaging about 18 to 24%. Sometimes we have given even 43.3%, 69%. This is per year, by the way, per year return.
Wow.
Of the
That's
cash
wonderful.
flow and the equity gain. Yeah.
That's outstanding. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is Joe Kuchera with Real Estate Radio Live. I have on the line for the entire hour Vinney Chopra. He's a real estate investor telling us his story. More importantly, sharing his success, some of the strategies, the way he's done it, working with the right people, being loyal, taking care of people. All those things are important factors. And I would agree 100%. I mean, I talk about this over and over again, and I practice my own business the same way. You cannot build a business or anything based on transactions. You have to build it around relationships. When you do right by people and you take care of people, good things will happen, and that's very similar to what Vinney is talking about. Vinney, tell us a little bit about your properties in terms of location. Share with the audience a little bit, where are they located? Are they all over the place, different strategic areas? And I know you said you managed all of them. Where are they, and where? I guess the first question, if you can answer, where are your properties kind of geographically located? Number one, and then number two, share with us because the audience always is trying to figure out, what locations are there? Any specific areas that you would target right now and trying to buy?
Totally, Joe. we started, like I said, about 10 years, 11 years back. We tried to find where the lowest jobless rate was, or, the unemployment was the lowest. And, we cannot really cash flow that strongly for a syndication model in California. Sorry to say that, but that's what
right.
it is.
That's
the properties
okay.
are way high, in price, and the cap rates are so low. So we went to Texas, and many of your audience can probably relate to us. We went to Odessa, Texas, Midland, Texas. Actually, we bought 2.4 million, sold it at $5 million in 5 years there. We bought another one, then another one, then another one. We bought like 5 or 6. Then we went to San Antonio, Austin area, and bought 7 over there, in the nicest area of San Antonio, Alamo Heights. We always have pride ourselves in getting C+ or B- properties in A area,
Okay.
So that's what has been our motto. So right over there, we bought in Seguin, in San Marcos, San Antonio with my old company. Then I hit a really great pocket, emerging area, Houston. I know Houston used to be oil dependent, but not anymore. Not anymore. So that's where I bought in 2013 a property, and there was a waiting list of 25 families who want to live in my community, 128 units, gated community. I said to the community manager, I said, what's going on? What's going on? She says, well, there is pent-up demand. So that's when I bought 192 units for, what did I pay? I paid $8.7 million. It's worth $12 million today after 3 years, 3 years only, because I've increased the NOI and did the build back system and brought cafe, brought, dog park and other stuff. We bring more amenities into the apartment buildings that we buy. And now, in the last one I bought in Atlanta. So I'm very bullish in North Carolina, in Texas, in Atlanta, in Dallas, all those areas. And, a lot of great places. Portland is awesome. Colorado is awesome. There are a lot of places.
Very good. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to take another break, and we're going to continue talking about investment property with Vinney Chopra. So I'm going to throw it out there again. If any of you have any questions, where to buy, what time to buy, is the timing right, is the timing one way or another, 1-800-516-1220. Check in, give us a call. This is Joe Kuchera with Real Estate Radio Live. We'll be back with you to continue in just a couple minutes.
For more information on today's program, visit RERadiolive.com. That's RERadiolive.com.
Hi, this is Joe Kuchera, host of Real Estate Radio Live and Bay Area Mortgage Planner. In addition to being your home financing expert, please remember you could always contact me for other trusted advisors such as realtors, financial planners, and CPAs. Please feel free to contact me at 408-838-9060. That's 408-838-9060, or email joe@reradiolive.com, or visit my website at reradiolive.com for more details.
Welcome back to Real Estate Radio Live, streaming live on iHeart, TuneIn, and KDOW.biz. For more information on today's topic or guest, just visit RERadiolive.com. That's RERadiolive.com. Again, your host for Real Estate Radio Live, Joe Kuchera.
Welcome back in. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Joe Kuchera with Real Estate Radio Live, coming to you 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Be sure to tune in, 3 to 4 Pacific Daylight Time. Be sure you can listen on the radio, KDOW 1220 AM. Also, download the podcast at RERadiolive.com. Today we have a guest on the line for the entire hour. Just a couple more segments to go. Vinney Chopra has been kind enough to spend some time with us. Extremely successful entrepreneur, built a real estate empire. He's sharing some of the wisdom and knowledge and really how he built it, but more importantly, the strategies that behind it, including the right team, the right people, the right treating people right. All these formulas go into it. Most often, anytime, I've done over 1,300 interviews in the last several years, and what I could tell you is that 90+% of the time when you talk to someone that's successful in anything to do with really any industry, and today we're talking about real estate, some of the formulas are the same. The same is they're willing to work hard, and they're smart enough to surround themselves with the right people, and also they treat people well, and good things happen by that. And Vinney's really validated that, talked about that. Oftentimes, Vinney, it's really exciting to talk about numbers and dollar signs and returns, and those are important. Don't get me wrong. I mean, those are important things, but we do need to spend some time when we talk about building a company, a division, or building wealth, or whatever we're doing, to explain the building blocks, and that it's not as easy as it looks sometimes, and there's so much more of it. The numbers sometimes take care of themselves if you do a lot of the work behind the scenes.
That is so true, Joe, what you're saying. When I formed the company, and, just like we are only 3 years old, the new company, the old one is 10 years old. But, I just wanted to make sure that all our staff, our, colleagues, our, officers are happy. So I instituted a quarterly bonus schedule, performance bonus schedule, and that has been really great. That every quarter, because in our investing also, we give out quarterly cash flow returns. So it just made sense that, as we are giving the money to the investors and they are walking to their, mailbox 4 times a year to pick up this check, nice check, quite a few, we sent out, I think we sent out $510,000, $500,000 in the quarterly checks, in the last quarter.
Wow.
So
great.
Things like those, and by the way, we don't write a single check. It's all done by Wells Fargo. Oh, I said the name, but through the bill pay, service.
Yeah, right.
And I'm a systems guy, so we just set up these investors one time once we buy the property, 2 different LLCs, never combine them, and have $10 million insurance, and have the very best systems so that it's much easier to handle it. I really believe syndication is a great avenue. A lot of people should look into that. You could do a syndication for single family, multifamily, other businesses, right? But the thing is that there are lots of great entrepreneurs, doctors, attorneys, lawyers, teachers. They have excelled in their profession. They have made great money in 401k or cash. Why not to help them to get great returns, And that's what we do. We give them pretty darn good returns, quarterly, and then the equity gain because they are on the title of the property, and then when we sell, not on the loan, by the way, none of the investors are, they are Class A members, but they are not on the loan, but they are the passive investors, but they do get the depreciation funneled down to them, which is excellent, by the way. And also the accelerated depreciation, which is amazing, where you can do it over 5 years and 10 years, the few of the components of the structure, the inside of the kitchen and the bathrooms and all that stuff, and the circuit breakers. So that way we are able to really help the investors to bring the money. In my company, I feel the investors are gold, the residents are gold. Residents, we never call them tenants at all. They are our residents in our Monil community because we bring value, we bring standards, and we want to make sure that everybody feels great about living in those communities, and the residents are feeling good about, living. And we do those, the breakfast on the runs and the monthly programs and all good things, And then we have the staff, the team is gold. Everybody who is really at the apartment buildings or multifamily complexes, they are gold because they are representing us and they're representing me, or our company in the forefront, And then we come to last, then our partners are there and us,
Well said. We have a couple minutes left in this before the next break. Vinney, talk a little bit about the details of syndication, how that works. Walk us through it for the person that doesn't, just pretend like the listeners don't know anything about syndication, and kind of take us through step by step how that works and how one would be able to get started and do something like that.
Totally. I would highly recommend if the audience can go to syndicationattorneys.com, which is my attorney's website, and there are lots of great articles there. They could learn about SEC ruling. It's not that complicated. Accredited investors or sophisticated investors, these are the two kinds. And then we usually do the private placement memorandum with Regulation D, not Regulation A, which is an exemption under 506B, B as in boy. So that is the, if the investor, the audience can look at it, write it down, and they can research on it. Then what they have to do is start the spinning of the plate for investor list. Right. I call it, get your friends together and ask them, hey, if I get the nice property and so forth, and we do the number crunching, we call it underwriting in that word, and then we find out, like I'm a broker in California, but I decided I will not get split commission at all from the brokers in Texas or Georgia. I give my commission to them, so they make double the money, and that has served me really well because I get pocket listings. I get the listings, even napkin listings, I call it, because they don't even have it in their pocket yet, Right. It's right on the napkin at this time, So that's how I've been able to get these most of the 26 assets we have purchased have been pocket listings.
Very good. That's interesting. Good to know about that. I know there's a lot of changes. Building the multifamily units, you had made comments earlier, which I agree with 100%. Anytime you get your hands on a multi-unit, whether it be a duplex, fourplex, apartment buildings, whatever, ideally, even if you have to bring in a partner, and I kind of echo that. It sounds like you're a big believer, a big fan of multi-unit, obviously, if you get it for the right price and you get the right investment.
It surely is. The economies of scale just are immense. If you get a fourplex, excellent. Let's get started with that. But then go for 12, and then for 20, then go for 80, and then 100. I only feel that it's just extra zeros. That's all it is. The transaction is the same, but if you're able to pool the money together, which is syndication, or tenants in common, people could do TICs also. But that way, you can really uncover a great asset and then pool money together to buy it so that everybody can get reward out of it, So I'm a big believer of larger now. We go for 250 units to 400 units now in my company because I'm bringing a $50 million fund in January, which is, the market is kind of changing, Joe, a little bit. There is a correction coming. We don't know when it's going to come. But I really believe if we can buy the right property at the right, market, emerging market, and we make the profit when we buy it, that's the irony of it, right? Like I just bought one in Atlanta. I paid $37,600 a door, and I know another group that bought $66,000 a door on the same street.
Wow.
So by having some good, even though mine is like a C minus, which is going to become a B, but the other one is a B, or B minus, I can say,
Yeah.
But I have more value to add in at that lower price and bring it to that, B and B plus. It's got dates and everything. 267 units is the one I'm referring to and so forth.
Right.
But there are ways to really get some good values even in the good or bad market. I think it's all local. I always believe in that,
Right.
Yeah,
good point. We have about a minute left before our last break. Again, if you could, what are some of the areas that you would advocate or you're looking at? You'd mentioned Atlanta and North Carolina. Maybe I don't want to give us two or three different locations that your team's kind of looking at for potential investments or always look at this point.
Surely, right there. I'm very big on Atlanta, by the way. Even the audience, your audience can look into even smaller fourplexes, eightplexes, or 12 or 15 or 100. I'm in the larger league there, 250 to 400 units. I have my business, my relationship, like you mentioned, with the brokers over there, big boys, I call them, and they are looking out for me. and giving me the, off-market deals. But that's a great place to go. Really
Very
is.
good.
And then, of course,
Okay.
Dallas also. Yeah, please. I know there is a break coming up. Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, hold on there, Vinney. We're going to come back, take another quick break. We're going to come back and finish up. If you have any questions, 1-800-516-1220. There's a text here. I'll get back to you when I come back on the other side.
For more information on today's program, visit RERadiolive.com. That's RERadiolive.com.
The world is changing, and so is real estate. It's changing in ways that give consumers more control with more affordable options. So what are your options? Hi, this is Joe Kuchera with Real Estate Radio Live. I've been on the air educating and informing consumers for over 7 years now. I'm excited to announce that there is now a more efficient and cost-effective way to buy and sell real estate. Our team at Real Estate Radio Live is launching a new program designed to help buyers or sellers like you in real estate, lending, and title. That's right, we'll coordinate the entire transaction for you. So you benefit by working with the same team, saving time and saving money. We'll guarantee you'll not only be working with the most qualified, hand-picked experts in real estate, lending, and title, but you will also save a significant amount of money in all three services as well. Act now and benefit from changing the world of real estate. Call 408-838-9060. Go to RERadiolive.com. That's RERadiolive.com.
Welcome back to Real Estate Radio Live, streaming live on iHeart, TuneIn, and KDOW.biz. For more information on today's topic or guest, just visit RERadiolive.com. That's RERadiolive.com. Again, your host for Real Estate Radio Live, Joe Kuchera.
Welcome back in. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Joe Kuchera with Real Estate Radio Live. As we wrap up the show, just one last segment. I'm joined by Vinney Chopra. Kind of spent some time. Entrepreneur, has grown a tremendous amount of wealth through real estate, sharing his knowledge, information, success with us. Before we jump back in, just a reminder, along these same lines, I'll continue to update this, but I did it last week, it was about a week or so ago. I did a special show on really trying to motivate those renters to get off the fence, make a move. There's so much negativity in the marketplace. Let me just share with you, listeners on Facebook right now, and you're going to listen to this on podcast, if you're listening to this on the radio. First of all, thank you for those nearly dozen people that commented about that and called me. Listen to this. Since last week, I have 5 new people pre-approved for a purchase that were renting, that now had no idea or didn't have an idea whether they could qualify or not. My push, and I know Vinney speaks for this a lot too, stay positive. There is opportunity out there. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do this, whether it's buying your first 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo or getting into a partnership. I just wanted to share that and continue to share that news, because this is about positive growth, helping people move along and have a positive experience. So, Vinney, this is exciting. I know you're all about this, but, there's so much negativity out there, especially in our area. People say, oh, you can never afford anything, or, my pitch is to these people, darn it, you don't know until you get down and figure it out.
That is so true. So true, Joe, what you're saying. Our mentality many times is we try to rationalize. Well, we procrastinate and we rationalize. Right. Those are the two things. And if we can get hold of those two things, everybody will be really a lot more successful than, what we are. And again, the big thing is it never fails. Well, let's ask questions. That's what I look at it, Let's dig into this topic. Let's ask questions. We will come across some hurdles, but we'll find solutions.
Right, absolutely.
And that's how the attitude should be, for all of us. And the other also is like 80-20 rule. I really believe in every walk of our life. 80-20 is so important for us to make sure we get the 80%, the activities that will bring 80% of the result today and tomorrow. We should concentrate on those, not to worry about other noise, I call it noise.
Yeah, very true. Hey, Vinney, before we go, too, we got a few more extra minutes, but for someone that wants to get a hold of you, maybe they want more knowledge, information, find out more about your company, what you do, what's the best place to contact you? Website, number, email, what's the best place to do that?
Oh, sure. They could actually, I'd love to text people. I like to get to know them, and then they could, get chat with me and so forth. My phone number, local in the Bay Area, is 925-766-3518. That's 925-766-3518. And if they're in Danville or San Ramon, I can even meet for coffee, things like that. My email address is Vinney, V as in Victor, I-N-N-E-Y, that's Nancy, E-Y, at VinneyChopra.com. So my website is also www.VinneyChopra.com. And I've got a lot of different interviews, my philosophies and things on that. My blogs, I write about a blog or two a week on the prospects of real estate, on syndication. And then I'm also putting together a great university if any of your listeners would like to learn what I do.
Oh, interesting.
And so forth. Yeah, so I have a www.multifamilysyndicationacademy.com where for very small fee they could learn all the tricks and the trades that I have. That's my passion now to teach. And then the other thing I'm doing is Multifamily Youth Academy that I'm building, and that will be free always till I die, and that is to teach the high school students and the college students at the early age how to become an entrepreneur, how to really get into saving money and hopefully get a duplex or something by the age of 22. That's my another passion.
Right.
And then, teach them about multifamily also. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, with a little less than 2 minutes to go. Great interview, a lot of good information. So just before we wrap up, Vinney, if you could, within a minute, to the people sitting out there listening right now, because I love the encouraging message on a regular basis of this. What message would you deliver to the listening audience right now to someone that's really trying to get unstuck and get started? What would your message be to them?
My message will be, please get into real estate. If you're not, you should be in it. Biggest fortunes are made in real estate. Please dig into it. Maybe a duplex, a fourplex, a triplex, a fiveplex. The best of all is to just pool the money together. Take that initiative and pool the money together from your friends through legal structure. Then buy that unit, 50 units or 20 units. And go outside California. If you think the numbers are not working here, there are lots of great places. Arkansas. You can go to Tennessee. You can go to Chattanooga. You could go to, wherever you have some relatives. Maybe go fly there and look for some multifamily, but get into it.
Very good. Yeah. All right. Unfortunately, run out of time. Hey, Vinney, I want to thank you for your time. Great resources, information. We'll have you back in a couple of months and see what you're up to.
I would love that, Joe. Thank you so much for your great show, and good luck to you, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. All right, this is Joe Kuchera with Real Estate Radio Live, and we sign off today. Remember, 5 people in the last week have been approved. They're out looking for a house right now because they got off the fence and they believe now. So if you're out there, you renting and you think you could purchase, give us a call, 1-800-516-1220. Joe Kuchera with Real Estate Radio Live. We'll be back with you tomorrow. Have a great afternoon.
Listening to Real Estate Radio Live. For more information on today's program, visit RERadiolive.com. That's RERadiolive.com. Tune in, log in, download our podcast. Discover more at RERadiolive.com. RERadiolive.com.